Hey everybody, how are you today? It says we're live now, so I don't know if you heard that or not. So I was just saying, hey everybody. Hey Catherine, how are you?
Good, Tom. How's it going?
Great, great.
Awesome.
And today you guys are in for a treat. WordPress plugins make the blog for WordPress installations, right? So I've got the plugins that a friend of mine uses, and he has one of the top blogs in the country.
Awesome.
Yep, and he's got some plugins I'd never heard of, but he's also got a bunch I have. So it should be an interesting show today, and we would invite people to also once we go through this list, of course, submit your if you've got different recommendations for plugins, we'd be happy to hear about those too, because I've added one that I particularly like to his list. So there's probably a bunch of them, but you know how it is. Everybody's got their own plugins that they love, so and their own opinions about things. So we're gonna dive into it. What we've got 20 plugins and one that I've got, so a total of 21 plugins that we're going to talk about today. And
I have a comment tracker up and running. I just realized that it is up and running. Yay!
Yay! We didn't know if it was going to work today or not.
It's always a surprise.
Yeah, these things are always fun. But well, I tell you what, you want to go ahead and dive into it. If you want to pull up the.
You mean a screen share?
Yeah, let's pull the document up and share it and talk about it.
All right, hold on. I need to do something. Just a second.
All right, take time. Okay. And one of the nice things about this, I'll have the download link in the YouTube. It'll be an what do you call those things? An iCard, and it'll take you to it, and you can download it. And I've hyperlinked all the things, and most of the hyperlinking goes to a WordPress org plugin list, but some of them don't. Most of these are free plugins, and maybe some of them that I've got where it links up to like it looks like a sales page. There may be a free way to get that one too, but some of them, I know one for sure that is recommended that you use the upgrade on it, and I'll tell you which one that is. But can you see the list, Catherine?
I can. Can you not?
Yeah, I can see it. No problem.
Okay, on the screen?
Yep.
All right.
Let me get out of this one thing so I can open the screen up a little bit more. Boom. Okay. Tell me if you do you know about plugins? Are you familiar with some of the plugins that you've got on your blog, or?
I am not familiar with all the names because
Okay.
I just am using the ones that came with the WordPress that I'm using. Now, again, I'm using WordPress through Today's Visions, and Arizona Low upgraded her plugins. So I know that she's using some advanced plugins for blogging, but I don't know the names of them. I just installed them because she said, oh, you should use these, and I probably really should remember the names, but it's not just basic ones that, when you first purchase a WordPress package.
Well, basically there aren't any plugins that come in. You just got to add them. So.
Yes. So.
But anyway, you might want to give her this list, and just let her take a look at them.
All right.
and some of the ones that people will be familiar with, like Askamet, aka Akismet, it
Mhm.
helps prevent spam comments and trackbacks. Just about everybody has that. Um, and then Alexa Claim and Certify is a new one to me, and it actually allows you to verify your blog with Alexa, which is a ranking
Okay.
organization. So that's pretty cool. And then there's one called Anti-Spam, which also helps prevent spam and comments. And he's running all these. So you know how sometimes when you're putting plugins in, that you'll have a problem with one plugin not working with another. So he's
Mhm.
got all these on his blog. So all these, if you just have these, they should work together with no problem because that's what he's doing. So um, so basically, he's got two anti-spam things on here, which is pretty cool. And then he's got,
Nice.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. That's nice because I haven't blogged a lot,
Yep,
uh, but I have actually gotten some spammy comments back,
yep,
and whatever program is running did catch them, and I can go in and delete them and see if they're valid. So they were. It was caught in some place where I can approve the comments to be shown or not shown.
yep.
So that was I don't know which plugin it is, but
Well, it's
you do.
probably it's probably a Kismet because that's the one most people have.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I'm going to add a bunch of these to mine. So anti-spam in connection with a Kismet will
Mm-hmm.
probably do a pretty good job. It's kind of like, if you've got malware uh, deals, it takes about 3 different malware programs to catch all the malware stuff. Each one does a little bit something different. So that's
Right,
probably how these two anti-spam things work. But
right.
then he's got back WP up is what he uses to back up the blog, and that's a plug-in. And I think most of these plugins are free, although there's one or two that are not. So, and then he's using dig for social media sharing, and that's a little bar that goes down the side and is a floating bar. So that's pretty cool. And then the Facebook like box, which makes it real easy to put a Facebook like box in your sidebar. And if you've got if you, I guess it depends on whether or not you have a lot of followers on Facebook or not. But you see it all the time, so that's pretty cool. Um, and then he's got this is one that I hadn't heard of. It's FeedBurner Feedsmith, and that detects all the ways to access your original WordPress feeds, and it redirects them to your FeedBurner feed so that you're able to track every possible subscriber. So that's pretty cool. And jump in here anytime you want to.
Oh,
Get
yeah. No, I don't know. I don't know all these different ones, but I'm going to look at getting these installed. So.
well, take a look at what you've got installed because I mean some of them make sense to install, maybe not all of them though. But get the image. It's it easily sets up image thumbnails and more. So if you're using like an overall image file, then you can take that, and this thing, as I understand it, will size it down and drop it. You can drop it as another image into your post. So that's pretty cool. Um, and then Google Analytics by Yoast. And one of the reasons I haven't put this on my blog yet, but I didn't know if it'd interfere with one of the SEO plugins I've got. And he's got that same plugin and the SEO uh, uh, by Yoast. I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. But Google Analytics by Yoast, it easily adds Google Analytics to your blog, which is critical. And then he's using iThemes security, which actually protects your site by hiding vital areas and protects access to important files and also detects attack attempts and more. So that sounds like a pretty good thing to put on there to get your security set up pretty good. And if you'll come down a little bit,
Okay.
so I can.
Yeah. I made it a little bit bigger, so it's easier.
Okay. Cool. Oh, that's good. That's good. So I think security. So Pippity, Pippity, is a pop-up that you can set so visitors only see it once, and it's a pretty cool little pop-up. I think that is a paid pop-up though. Pretty Link Lite, which is one that I love, that's a freebie, and it lets you create simple URLs from long ugly ones, and it also tracks if you put it out, it tracks the number of hits that comes to it. So it's got a tracking capability with it too. Now SEO Presser is an SEO plugin, and use that on every post. That really helps you with your SEO. Let's see. I'm trying to think. No. Okay. Ultimate Facebook places Facebook comments in each post. You know how some blogs you'll go to and there'll be you'll see Facebook comments running all up and down the post. That's what that plugin does, and that's not free. The freebie I think is not being updated, and so the paid one works a lot better. And I don't know what the price for that is, so that's something you guys can take a look at. And then W3 Total Cache speeds up your site and improves performance. And then WordPress SEO, which is an SEO plugin by Yoast. And that's what I was thinking, the SEO plugin by Yoast and the SEO Presser might cause problems if they were both on at the same time. So evidently that works okay. And then this is a cool one. WP Edit adds additional features to the WordPress content editor. So it just makes it easier to use. And then WPMU DEV dashboard controls other installed plugins. And I believe that is a paid deal too. And then WP Smush reduces image size and increases site performance and boosts SEO because it loads quicker. And I'm using another one other than that. When I looked at WP Smush, that's something I didn't like about it. I can't remember what it was, so I've got something different installed on mine. I can't remember what it is either. But and then last but not least on the list is on his list is yet another related post plugin, and that adds related posts to your site and to your RSS feeds. So that's pretty cool. And then if you'll drop down, the one that I absolutely love, and I would recommend everybody put this on their WordPress site, is Jetpack by WordPress.com. And that's got a lot of different settings in it. Yoast has a lot of settings that are similar to that too. So I don't know if that would be a conflict with the Yoast plugin. So that will kind of be interesting to see. But since I put Jetpack in, man, that thing is just dynamite. I love it.
What does it do?
It does all kinds of stuff. It helps get traffic to your blog. It's got share buttons on it too that I use, and I'm driving a ton of traffic by Twitter to my blog, and,
right,
and tracking it with the come back up. It's the light, whatever that. Yeah, and do some cool stuff with that. So. But that's pretty it. We've got people out in the audience. If anybody has a question, we've got comment tracker running. If anybody has a question about anything, or anybody wants to comment on anything here, you can pull out of it now if you want.
Okay.
And what I'll do is I'll put a when we finish this and it uploads to YouTube, I'll put an iCard in where you can get a download of this for anybody watching it or anybody that's watching it later that wants a download of it. It'll be available, and I did hyperlink it, so it goes out, and I hyperlinked it in a Google Doc. So I think most of them have WordPress org places where you can download them, so most of those will probably be free, but there's a couple that I couldn't find a WordPress org, but I did it quickly, so there may be additional, if you go out and look, there might be some things that are looking like they're paid that you might can get for free. Like I said, the only one for sure that I know for sure is a paid one that's recommended is that Facebook comments that go with each individual post, but that's probably going to be worth it if you get a lot of Facebook comments. So, yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, Tammy Cook just said hello. So.
Oh, hey, Tammy. How are you? If you got a blog, take a look at these plugins because they'll help you out.
She's getting her site up and running, and she'll be blogging fairly soon. So.
Yay! Well, definitely when we get this up on YouTube, the iCard, which we've talked about before. I don't know if you saw that show or not, but it's a little thing that'll come out on the side, and if you'll click that, it'll take you to the document, and you can download it, no problem. If you do have any problems with it, you should be able to just do file download as a PDF because it's a document in Word. It's a document in Google Docs.
Okay.
So it should be easy to download, and anybody that hits that link has got a link to it, so you should be able to download it with no problem. And if you have a problem, let me know, and I'll have to change some of the settings on it. But I don't think anybody's having problems downloading it, as far as I know. So
let's see. I'm trying to think what else about blogging and all these WordPress plugins. Well,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, what were you going to say?
Well, I mean, I think what we'll do on the next few shows is do some stuff about blogging.
Okay.
And we can do some basic monetization strategies if you want, or one of the things I talked about is this plugin here. There's some other plugins too that work for you too, but that's a pretty slick little plugin. And one of the things when you're setting up your opt-ins on your blog, you probably ought to set up an opt-in where you can click it, and it'll take you to another page on your blog for the opt-in. That way you keep the traffic on your blog, and you can actually track it in your analytics, as opposed to an opt-in box that they enter their information into. Right there, it should be like a two-step process. One where you click on it, and it goes over to another page on your blog, and it opens in another page on your blog because you can actually track that. So it's easier to see what your conversion rates are. So that's just a monetization tip.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead. Do you have any questions, or you have any comments, or anybody have any questions or comments about anything? So, because I mean, basically that's basically all we're going to talk about.
I didn't see any comments, but I shared, and what I pasted in was the link from the post that I shared. So if anyone's made a comment and I don't see it, go to my page on Google Plus and see where I shared the post, and just make a comment on that post if you want me to share it. So just Catherine Wilfong, and see where I shared the post, and just make a comment on that post, and it'll.
Are we not coming up on the tracker?
Well, it came up on the tracker. I went on to that post that I shared, and I made a comment, and it came up. So I know that particular post is the one that is coming up in comment tracker. So I'm assuming they're all coming up. So but you never know with you never know with
I would just assume they'll all come up. So just
okay.
however people get it. So
All right. I just want to
okay.
make sure if anyone has made a comment, and I'm not ignoring you guys. I just want you to know if you have a specific comment that you think should be shared by now, just go to my page and share it on the post that I shared for today's show, and I will definitely pin it and share it.
Well, they better do it quick because we're about done.
Yeah. Well, we can give them 2 minutes. They can do it in 2 minutes. we have tech savvy people on this show.
Oh yeah, no problem.
So for sure.
So what's
So anyway, but
all right.
blogging and work. So anyway, I was looking at a lot of different WordPress themes, and it from your understanding, all of these plugins will work on any WordPress theme that's out there. Oh, Debbie made a comment and was
Cool.
wondering why. I did make a comment and was wondering why.
Why it didn't get picked up?
Yeah, why it didn't get picked up. So
Sorry about that, Debbie.
yeah, so maybe if you want to make a new comment, Debbie, here.
She got it that time. So
Yeah. So
say that. Do the comment over again on wherever you did that one.
wherever you just did this one. Sorry. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Yeah, she's made a lot of comments. Let's see.
Oh
Here
my
we go.
goodness.
Hold on.
Okay.
Let's see. Here we go. Just checked out the Alexa claim and certify, and you have to be an Alexa Pro subscriber to use it. Okay.
Well, it could be. You know, there may be another free one. That's what I think that's what I don't hang on. Let me see something real quick.
All right.
It's the Alexa claim and certify. Here it is. It's taken. I just clicked on it, and if you go to https://wordpress.org plugins/Alexa -internet / it looks like a free one. So I don't know where you were searching, Debbie, but if you go to that particular one, and I've got that, that's what I've got hyperlinked on the download. So when I put in the iframe, just go take that and download it and go to the ones. And like I said, I think most of them I found WordPress.org plugins, and most of those are going to be free because it's got easy claim and installation, changelog, stack support, reviews, developers. It doesn't say anything about it being a charge for it. So.
All right, and then she has a question about Jetpack. Here we go.
Yeah. What is it?
Oh, what Jetpack do you use? The light version or the full version? Last time I used it, I found it would crash my blog, so I stopped using it.
Well, you can put different. It's a whole. I don't know what Jetpack it is. I just installed it. It's whatever comes out of WordPress.org, and I've only used certain things about it. There's only certain things I've got set up on it, and I'd have to go look at it to tell you what it is, because when I set things up, I go through everything. I know what I'm doing when I set it up, but after I set it up, I don't even remember what I've got set up on it. So, and unless something comes up where I've got to go redo it, I don't generally go back and revisit it. So that's, that doesn't give you a good answer, but that's the only thing that I know, and that is one that I love, and I have not had any problems on it. The only major problems I had on my blog, there's two, like, and I can't remember the name of, hang on, I'll tell you the one I had problems with. It's the total cache, W3 total cache. There's two of them. That's one of them, and there's another one. And I think it was the other one that's similar to this one, but it's more powerful. I tried to install that one because I thought it would do a better job than this one, but I may be wrong. I may have switched it up, but I think this is the easier one to install. And I had a problem with that, so I had to take that out. And I think I've got this one installed on my blog.
Okay. And so, hey, Debbie, what I do have a suggestion too is that what Tom's really good at is that if you catch him offline, he will go through some things directly with you if you're having that problem. And then also, let's see, yes, we are going to post this page with the links after the show.
So we'll look again. Let me see what her comment is.
It says,
looking at, I installed a plugin, but then when you go into the settings, you have to be in Alexa Pro. Can you post that link that you were talking about? Yeah, Debbie, what I was telling you is I'm going to have a download for it. You can go, and I've got all those hyperlinked, okay? So, but there's a couple of them. That one doesn't go to a sales page, and most of the ones that are not free go to some type of sales page. But there may also be links that go to WordPress org, and most of the ones in WordPress org, they'll tell you if it's not a freebie, typically. So I think the one I've got hyperlinked for that is a freebie, but I wouldn't swear to anything because basically I just went out and linked it, you know. So there are paid versions of most of these, but I think there's also free versions of most of them too. So
okay, and then
I hope that's helpful. So when it goes up onto YouTube, I'm going to put an iCard in there, and you'll be able to download that, and it'll be clickable links. So you can go and look at it, and you can click them from where you see the document, or you can actually download the document, and the link should still be clickable.
okay, and then her last question is it possible to have too many plugins?
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing about plugins, and I've had this happen before where I've put in different. If you put in the thing that typically will happen is there's two bad things about plugins. If you have a lot of them, and I don't know by definition a lot of them is 28 or anything, so I'm really not sure. But most people have around 20. I would say most people have around 20 or 22 plugins or something like that, and that's just a feeling I've got. I don't know that for a fact. So, but if one of the things you can have is one plugin will interfere with another plugin, and that can cause problems, and that can be kind of fun to figure out. And then the other thing that can happen if you've got a whole bunch of plugins on there, it can slow your system down, sometimes loading. So those are the two things kind of to watch out for. But like I said, these are 20. The plugins that I'm giving you today are 20 plugins that are used today by one of the top bloggers in the world, and so he's not having any problems with these interfering with each other, and he runs a blog that makes him a ton of money. So, and these are the plugins that he's using. So, and some of these plugins I'd never seen before, and some of them I have, and some of them I've got on my blog. So it just depends. Search for the free versions, and if the free versions work for you, great. And if not, you got to go to a bought version. If you're making money from your blog and you can afford it, do it. If you can't, use something else. So.
Can you read what I just put up? Because it's backwards on my screen.
It says, thanks. You can view my blog in question with the plugins at da-da-da-da-da. Great show. Plugins can be crazy. That's true. Plugins can be crazy. and plugins are like opinions. Everybody's got a different one. So I could just, what I do is when I do things, I know what I'm doing when I do it, but after I do it, I'm done with it. And I don't think about it, and I don't remember all of it unless I video it. And I didn't video that stuff, so. But I do love that that one that I've got at the bottom of that. So see, I can't even remember the name of it right now. But it's the .com one. So.
Well, thanks, Debbie. Those are awesome questions. And yes, I feel your pain with the plugins. So, but awesome. And thank you for going to that post, because I just knew there was someone out there posting questions. I knew it.
That's funny. That is really funny. So. It was working great last week, so it must have changed some code this week. Yeah. You never know. You never know from week to week what's going to happen. So
I'm telling you, G+ is the Wild West.
Yeah, but you gotta love it. You gotta love it. Hey, it's free. It's all free. So what the heck? It's great. Which that's sometimes free is the most expensive way to do things. But anyway. So we're 2 minutes over. We're 2 minutes over the show time, so we got to bail out of here. But thanks everybody, Debbie. Thanks for your comments, and everybody appreciate your comments. So y'all have a great day, and I guess we'll see you next Tuesday. And we're gonna work some things on blogging for a few shows. Okay, so it should be interesting. If it help you out, we're happy to help you any way we can. So y'all have a great day, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
Thanks. Bye, guys.